is good, everybody? Welcome back. It is Wednesday, new comic book day, the greatest day of the week. Stay tuned, buckle up. We're going to talk about some comic books. Got a couple of awesome Bronze Age spec books I picked up at the shop today, and I got a full load of comic books. So if you're as excited about new comic book day as I am in comic book hunting, you're in the right place. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's previews week. Don't forget your previews catalog and or what you usually do for previews. So that's on the list and I will check that out later. So yeet that right on over to the other side and I'll grab that later. But we ended up with a fair amount of books this week and some excellent reads. Actually, not too bad. Not terrible, not crazy. Not too bad. We'll get into those in just a minute. Like I said, stay tuned. We got some fun reads to go over and a couple of spec plays. I actually picked up a couple of spec play. Apparently Mondays rolling right into Wednesdays. But yeah, a couple of Bronze Age books, I believe. And we'll get to those in just a minute. Let's hit up this chat. I'm excited to recharge those comic batteries and hang out with all you guys tonight. Who's all hanging out here with Downright Nerdy Podcast, claiming first. What's good, brother? How are you? Good to see you, man. The comic book beard god. I don't know about that. There are definitely a lot of other amazing beards out there. Come on, mama. How are you? What is cracking? Good to see you. House of L Comics, Don. Good to see you, man. Paul Koch. Hey, thanks for being here. Hope your Wednesday is going well. John's Comics with Kids. Welcome back, brother. Speaking of brothers, what's up, Seawater 19? How are you? Happy Turtles Wednesday. It's Wednesday. But hopefully you got to read the last Ronin. We will get into that here in a little bit. Don, you spent too much this week? I thought I was going to spend too much, and then I actually was able to tailor it down a little bit. Zuni, little fist bump for Wednesday. Good to see you. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to dip right into these books and keep moving right along here. No DC books this week. Fortnite wasn't out. That Fortnite book, Batman book wasn't out, so I didn't pick that up. That's next week, right? That's every other week that's coming out. Captain Comics, thanks for being here. Ahoy, mates and mermaids. Good to see you. So jump right into Marvel, and I'm light on Marvel books this week, too. You'll be picking up Last Ronin 3 tomorrow. Okay, so I will do my best to not spoil anything for you right now if you're hanging out. But Alien 3 is out. I did not make it to this, but I will be reading this here shortly after the live stream. It's been fun. Hopefully it continues to be. Actually, I kind of hope it gets a little bit better. Last issue was all right. I mean, I feel like they could do a lot more with it, but we'll see what happens. Big Herm Collectibles. What is good, man? Good to see you. Sticking with Marvel still. Darth Vader 12. I continue to be impressed by Peck's run on Darth Vader. And they're tying this into that War of the Bounty Hunters. This was an excellent read. I'm really happy that I'm sticking with this series and continuing to read that. I am really enjoying that Darth Vader run. I will not shame you for skipping Last Ronin 3 because I have some thoughts on that. But Dr. Aphra number 10 is out. Didn't make it to this read yet. Very interested to see what's going to happen and how they're going to tie this in. So I am adding that to the pile to read tonight. I did make it through quite a few books, but not quite all of them. Next up, that's it for Marvel. We're moving on to IDW. That's it for Marvel. 3 books. I know, Andy. What are you doing? Skipping Beta Ray Bill and all this other good stuff. And, well, it's just kind of ebbs and flows. I mean, I'll eventually get around to some of these other ones. But IDW, Star Wars Adventures, The Weapon of a Jedi, I pretty much told my LCS, anything Star Wars, put it in my box. So we're starting off with that, too. Check that out later. And still with IDW, I mean, there's two big releases that pretty much everybody's talking about this week. Bravo Comics, X11 Bravo, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Happy new comic book day. But there are two big, pretty much releases that people are talking about. I'm sure there's some others, but I mean, pretty much everybody's going to be talking about The Last Ronin, issue 3. I'm just going to go ahead and put this over here. I'll go ahead and put that over here so we can start ranting about it. so I don't damage the book by any means. Last Ronin 3. How long have we been waiting for this to come out? I'm sticking with this series just strictly because I want closure now. But the distance and the time frame between issue to issue is severely killing the story for me. I was so pumped for this book to come out. So pumped for this book to come out. And I finally noticed it on I can't remember where or when, but I saw, okay, yeah, it's gonna come out. And I was like, the wait is killing this book for me. It's completely kind of ruining it for me. And that's terrible because I love reading Turtles books, and this was supposed to be the pinnacle. This was supposed to be the Turtles read to have. And it was a good read. But having to wait that godforsakenly long for an issue to come out actually takes away from the story for me. I didn't go back and read issue 2. I could have. I didn't. I really didn't want to squeeze that much extra reading in before the show. So I don't know. I'm really curious on how you guys feel about Last Ronin 3. I'm not going to spoil the read. Like I said, Seawater hasn't read it yet. But the story... Oh... John, the story was killing the read for you, just not worth the hype for $10. The reason why I'm sticking with it is 20% off discount at my LCS from the $8.99 cover price. Yeah, it's still not cheap, but I mean, look at DC. I mean, 20% off of $8.99 for that, and then look at DC. I mean, they're just. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know. You can't apples, oranges, whatever. But pricing of books, DC comes out with $8.99, $9.99, $7.99 books all the time. And I think that's why John's kind of there with that as well. Don, you loved Last Ronin 3. Maybe you need to wait on the trade. Waiting on the trade, it's going to be so long before the trade comes out, I'm probably not even going to care anymore. That's kind of where I'm at. That's why I don't have an entire basement full of trades, is when I'm really interested to hear or read really interested to read a book. It's because I'm hearing everybody else talking about it and describing their experiences with that story. And, if I've got to sit there and wait months and months and months and months to read the story again and get back on it, it just completely sucks the life out of the excitement of the story. It loses traction and it loses grips. It loses its grip. I'll enjoy the ride. I'm gonna stick with it. I want closure. I want to see where it goes. But I don't know what is going on. Why are we taking months and months and months and months for each book to come out? I thought they had all of this figured out with the constant or the multiple delays for issue 1. Figure they would have had everything else ironed out at this point. So I feel like they're just making it up as they go. Either way, that's my little frustrated rant with The Last Ronin. I love cover A this week. I also got the 1 in 10 Williams variant cover. Super cool. That's all I grabbed. I'm definitely trimming back variants when it comes to The Last Ronin because that's variant city, variant craziness going on there. But the 1 in 10 is pretty sweet. And the cover A is probably my cover pick of the week. Last Ronin cover A is a dope cover. It's my favorite cover of the week. Moving right along. That's it for IDW. We're rolling right into the image books. Shadecraft 3 is on the reading pile. I wanted to read that tonight. Just hadn't gotten there yet. I sat down and read for 2 hours before tonight's show, but that was primarily taken up by The Last Ronin, and I read it twice. Which means I didn't quite make it to Department of Truth. I'm curious on what you guys felt about this if you've read it today. I got to go back, and I usually read the previous 2 issues before I read the new issue. So, absolutely. Aggressive, relaxing. I love it. Somber, epic pace that it deserves. Interesting. That's a good perspective to look at. That's different. Dank is in the house. What is good, man? Rolled right into the middle of this. I will do a recap here very shortly. Got to the LCS too late, so I want to see what you got. We will get there in just a moment. There's an insane number of great covers this week. Gorgeous Philadelphia matte cover is my favorite. Yep, that one looked pretty good too. So much was sold out when I got there. Interesting. Okay, we will hit this recap here in a little bit. King, I'm going to continue moving along. Department of Truth image, that's on the reading pile. I'm going to read 7 and 8 first before I read 9 tonight. Moving on to Boom Studios, like the big title of the week for me and for many others. Something is Killing the Children. This was fantastic. This was definitely fantastic. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to go into details, but we are talking the origin of Erica Slaughter And if my brain will work correctly, we're talking about some first appearances, one, maybe two first appearances in there. I really need to go back and I really need to reread all of Something is Killing the Children to see if any of those characters made cameo appearances or appeared prior. But yeah, gonna be a key issue. The origin of Eric Slaughter. I mean, this is, I've been really pumped about that. Yeah, they took a little bit of a break, but it was between story arcs, not massive breaks between issues. This was a little bit of a break, what, 2.5 months, something like that, between story arcs. And I think that helped build the hype for me, the way they delivered that. And of course, I got every cover. The Frizzen cover, I really like the Frizzen cover and the way that looks. There were a ton of those Frizzen cover Bs available at my LCS. We got the 1 in 25. Who did that 1 in 25 again? The Infante 1 in 25. This actually looks way better in person. When I saw it digitally on the screen, I'm like, I don't know. This looks way better in person. The camera lighting doesn't do this justice. And then also the 1 in 50 Color Splash Frizzen variant. These things are phenomenal. She knocks these out of the park. This is super dope. These are all going to CGC at some point, hopefully. The variants are definitely 9-8 contenders. If they don't fall, they're 9-8 contenders. Let me hold that up. So that's Boom Studios. And I got one more read that I hit up here. And this was kind of a sleeper pick. And I'm actually going to pull up the description of this in just a second, because I really wanted to share this with you guys. This one was something kind of out of left field. I don't think it got ordered very heavily, and it's not from one of the regulars, but Scout Comics released Red Shift today, and I want to share this with you guys because the premise of the story that I read here is, while humanity grapples to survive on Mars, the Ministry of Exploration pins mankind's last hope of resurgence on an astronaut who's scared of space. In this space odyssey brew of Total Recall and Interstellar, Helena and his team of explorers hunt for a new home while civil war threatens to obliterate the last bastion of human life. That story's right in my wheelhouse. This is definitely going to be something that I'm adding to my pull list. Issue 1, I did enjoy. I feel like the artwork is going to get tuned in a little bit better as we go. Scout Comics isn't something I pick up on a regular weekly basis, but this one will be on my pull list. Kind of digging the farmer look on Mars with the chicken and the axe. But it was good. I liked it. Kind of a little bit of a sleeper pick for me. I didn't know anything about it until I saw it on League of Comic Geeks last week. And I'm like, oh, I hope they ordered some, because I definitely forgot to pre-order that. Had I seen it in previews, I would have pre-ordered it. Let's hit up this chat again really quick. Like Dank said, he was late to his LCS and so much was sold out when he got there. Stout man, what's up? How are you? Good to see you here. Thanks for hanging out, man. Pinky's out, brother. Aggressively relaxing. Yeah, great week. Bought 3 different Black Panther covers. I almost bought. Was that a Gleason Black Panther? I looked at it as I walked by and I'm like, I should buy that. And then I kept walking and I kind of got distracted by other shiny things and forgot to go back and grab one. It may have been a Gleason Black Panther cover. I'm not sure. It looks similar to other Gleason work. You have the Frizzen variant on hold. Very cool. The 1 in 50 or the cover B? The baby cover B or the variant? The 1 in 50? That's another great cover. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Didn't get your stuff until Saturday. That's kind of rough. That's the one thing about New Comic Book Day is, like, I got to make time to go and grab them and read them, because I'm pining for at least half the books that I get every week. I'm pining to read that day, that afternoon, or that evening. The rest of the books, I kind of like to get a couple of issues set up and then read or get caught up. Totally agree. It's a great throwback to the Frizzen cover for issue 1. Yeah, and those Frizzen covers are catching some more heat. Those issue 1 Frizzen covers that didn't really move a whole lot in the beginning are really starting to move now. Ricky Markstadt, thanks for being here. How are you, man? He still has his Clone Wars issue 1. Awesome. You've not read one issue, Somebody's Killing Children. Don't really have the want to either. So, yeah, that's fine. It's not something. That's the great thing about comics is you could walk through that shop and you can find something eventually that you're interested in. JP's Budget Collecting, what's good, man? While still waiting on your computer to update. Very cool, man. So it was a Gleason Black Panther. I should have grabbed one of those. It did look pretty cool. Dank says, you got to the LCS with a list because you got overwhelmed. Forget. Yeah. So I've kind of developed my plan that I work with every Wednesday before I do this quick recap is Tuesday nights I sit down, I get an email from my LCS telling me what's already been pulled and what I owe them for and what I've ordered and what I owe them for. Then my LCS releases a video on YouTube actually of a walkthrough on their walls. So I compare my pull list and to the video of what they actually have available on the wall. And then after I'm done doing that, I start building an email, say, well, I forgot to order this, this, and this. Can you add this stuff? And then I go through leagueofcomicgeeks.com and I check everything there as well, because with one click, I can add all the variants and see all the variants that the shop may or may have not gotten. And then I can go on to online sources and pick up variants that I know I'm pining for, got to have that my shop wasn't able to get. Yes. I will send you a link to that. They get more weekly views than most of us on our channels. And it's hilarious. It's good stuff. Yes, it is freaking amazing. So quick recap. Thanks for everybody for hanging out here. Here's a quick recap. Redshift #1 sleeper read of the week, so to speak. This was fun. I don't know how many got printed or how many are out there, but if you like space stories, you're going to like this one. At least I did. Then we've got the Something is Killing the Children 1 in 50 color splash Jenny Frizen variant. Awesome. The camera does not do it justice. How sharp those lines are and how awesome that artwork is. This is going to CGC. This is a 9.8 candidate. Even with how high of a print run this is, I don't care. I'm going to slab these for the personal collection. Then we've got the 1 in 25. I did not see any of these on the shelf, and I did not see any of the 1 in 50s, so they must have gotten all of those sold. But they did have plenty of cover Bs and plenty of cover As left on the shelf. There's that cover B. I love Frizen's artwork. I really do. It's dangerous. I'm going to have to start buying all of the Frizen stuff. That's dangerous. Cover A, honestly, felt a little underwhelming. A little underwhelming for a cover A for a new story arc for the origin of Erica Slaughter. It's not bad, but I felt like this was an opportunity for them to really blow people away. It's still good. Definitely my read of the week. Something Was Killing the Children was fantastic. If you're a fan of Something Is Killing the Children, this book is not going to let you down. Issue 16 is not going to let you down. I really, really dig what Tynion's doing with this and really digging how he's writing it. Then we've got the Last Ronin #3 issue 3, 1 in 10 Williams cover. Yes, Williams cover. Digging that. I like that. Very cool. Not going to leave that behind. And cover A. So cover A is going to be my cover of the week. That cover says a lot. It speaks volumes. Gonna have to go back and reread this a few more times and get excited about it again, because just the delay between issues is really hurting my excitement for the story. Department of Truth issue 9. That's probably going to be the last book I read before I go to bed tonight, because I want to read the 2 issues prior to that. Star Wars Adventures, Weapon of the Jedi. Like I said, I told my LCS pull everything Star Wars and stack it in my pull box. I'm going to be eventually reading all of that stuff. I don't want to miss any of the event tie-in stuff that they're doing right now. Darth Vader, issue 12. Pack is killing it. This issue is really good. I am surprised every time this Vader run drops a new issue at how good this is, actually. Because it's Darth Vader. We've known about Darth Vader for decades. I mean, how do you put a fresh spin on a villain such as that? And yet, he does. Shadecraft 3 is hitting the reading pile tonight. This has been interesting fun. I'm glad I listened to No Good Comics, Justin, and made sure to start reading this. And I should not have missed out on issue 1. But thank you to No Good, Justin. He sent me a variant of issue 1, and I'm super thankful for that, because that gave me a chance to read that in a timely fashion. Dr. Aphra #10, a series that was underwhelming. I don't know where it's at. I'm going to sit down and read this one to see how it ties in, and hopefully this gets better. Like I said, pull everything Star Wars for me. Alien 3. This is going to actually be the next book I read. Cover's kind of freaky looking. Definitely digging that. Alien 3 is next on the list. But I promised you guys a couple of spec picks that I grabbed in the shop I was quite surprised for affordable price and halfway decent grades. And I found a little Brother Voodoo action. Strange Tales issue 170, second appearance and origin of Brother Voodoo. I got one copy here and a second copy. Some great back issue action going on there. If that spec pans out, the second appearance and origin is going to do well. And these look to be in pretty decent shape. A little bit of tanning on this one, but these are probably somewhere in the... You know what? I haven't even finished grading them. They look pretty good for the price. Not going to lie. These were cheap. Super cool. So that was a fun little spec pickup. Brother Voodoo is not something that I really pay attention to, but walking by, I saw that. I'm like, pretty sure I know that cover. Had to think about it for a hot minute. Like, yeah, I'm going to grab these for that price. So that's New Comic Book Day Wednesday, and it's previews week. Some awesome books. Let me hit up this chat again really quick. Yes, but love the hype of it all and the passion of it. Yes, absolutely. That's where the fun, a lot of the fun comes. We derive a lot of the fun from comic books from that aspect too. Not just reading them and collecting them, but the hype and the passion too. Great LCS. Wait, which LCS is that? Fanfare Comics. Google search them. And then actually you can YouTube search them, and then you'll actually be able to find their weekly videos on that. Redshift kind of reminds me of heavy metal. Interesting. I didn't get that vibe from it at all, but I'll have to look at it again. Pinky, smash that like button. Absolutely. Thank you, Zuni. House of L Comics got that 1 in 25. You're the Something's Killing the Children, right? Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. I didn't get the 1 per store variant for Something's Killing the Children. I was the person to receive it. The book showed up damaged, unfortunately. So hopefully Diamond will replace that book and I'll actually be able to add that. It's just a virgin copy of cover A. So maybe that virgin copy without the trade dress on it's going to look a lot nicer. We'll see. All I know is I went on eBay to see if I could just get one ordered and get one on the way in case Diamond doesn't ship the replacement. But good Lord, already on eBay, it's I think I saw 1 or 2 auctions for going over $100, and other prices were trending near that as well. Great pickups, man. I can't wait to see what some of your pickups are. I know you're getting back into the regular groove of things, and I love seeing your stuff drop on IG too. But yeah, that's New Comic Book Day, and I've already been rambling for 22 minutes. Holy sheet. Run through those books again really quick. Great Brother Voodoo, second appearance and origin spec pickups out of the back issue bins today, which is very cool. I feel like I can spend more time digging through bins now as the world continues to turn. Alien 3, that's hitting the reading pile first tonight. Dr. Aphra, number 10, tie-in action going on. Shadecraft, number 3, reading that tonight, definitely. Darth Vader 12. Darth Vader's been good. Been really good. Issue 12 was great. Star Wars Adventures, The Weapon of a Jedi, issue 1. Like I said, pull everything Star Wars so I can eventually read it at some point. Department of Truth, number 9. I'm going to go back and read issue 7 and 8 before I read 9. Last Ronin, issue 3, cover A. Cover pick of the week. I'll get excited. I'll get excited about this again. I will. We got the Williams 1 in 10, which is super cool. Then we roll right into Something is Killing the Children, cover A. Issue 16. Cover B, the Frizzen cover. Phenomenal. The 1 in 25, I was a little worried about. It looks way better in person. Like, see how kind of it looks washed out on the camera? It doesn't look washed out like that in person. It looks very, very sharp and very bold. Super cool. The 1 in 50 color splash. These color splashes are really growing on me. Super cool. And then Redshift, number 1. Very fun read. Definitely making sure I add this to my pull list. So once again, thank you everybody for hanging out for New Comic Book Day. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Hopefully you guys had a great Wednesday. You're having a great week. This connective tissue that is comic books is absolutely amazing. And it brings us all together. But the most amazing part every week are all of you. And everybody getting together to talk about comic books and share their opinions. Super power review. Thanks for stopping in. This show is just ending. If you want, please catch the replay. I'd appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. 2 quick announcements. Yes, please watch the rewind. I finally was able to sit down, record, and edit my top 50 comics in my personal collection video. That hit the channel yesterday, and that's been fun seeing the comments and people's responses. That's been actually a really good time hanging out and talking about that. And we are on that road. We are on that journey to 1,000 subscribers for the channel. So there will be a video coming soon, and we will announce the Slabaganza giveaway. Say it with me, Slabaganza. Say it with me, Slabaganza giveaway. So we'll be doing that here fairly soon as I get these plans together. But once again, thank you everybody for hanging out. These comic books are amazing, but you guys are the most amazing part every week. I'm going to go peace out. I'm going to go pinkies out. I'm going to catch you all on the flip side for the next video. And remember the most important part, all day, every week.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. I love gold. I love gold.